And then once you fold it, we're going to be learning about functions today. So it actually is not much different than what we've been doing. It has to do with domain range curve. And so we're going to be starting with the one with the graphs. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the one with the graphs, and on that little flag, you're going to write graph. So like right here, the one with the graphs on it. Yeah, the one that has graphs on it. Find that one. Yep. Fold it over and write graph. Right here. And so we're going to be learning how to tell if something's a function through a graph, points, table, and mapping, which points, table, and mapping are all basically the same. And so you guys can start filling in this, fill in the blank. And so the top one, we're going to start with graphs. And so to find if something's a function, we use something called the vertical line test. Has anyone ever heard of that? Yeah. So vertical lines, the vertical line goes side to side or up and down?
Up and down.
It goes up and down. I remember because when I write a V, I know when I'm writing a V, I'm going up and down. When I'm writing a horizontal like H, I know I'm going side to side. So when I'm writing a V, since it's going up, it's just a line up and down, I know vertical lines are just straight up and down. And so all you do to figure out if something's a function is you draw a straight line. You might have to do it a few times through the graph. And if it touches more than once, it's not a function. All of these graphs are called relations. We're trying to figure out if it's not a function, it's a relation. So relations are basically any graph that looks, if you have anything on a graph, it's always called a relation. Just a set of points or little equation like that. So what you do is you take out your pen or whatever you're using, you draw a straight line, it goes beep when it hits it. So when it touches it, I just like say beep every time it touches this function, this little graph right here. If it touches it more than once, it's not a function. But see how it just, no matter where I drew my line, see how it touches it only once? Only once. It looks almost like it's not because it's really steep, but it does only touch it once. And because it touches it once, it is a function. Yeah, but this is pretty easy. This one, make sure if I drew a line right here, it doesn't touch it at all, right? So you may have to draw multiple lines, but when I draw a line like this, see how it goes beep, beep. See how it hit it twice when I drew that straight line? So since it hit it more than once, it's not a function. So I feel like this, not a function. So that's it for graphs. Now, find the domain and range of each. We can do that in a little bit. We've been learning domain and range. But for now, I want you to just focus if it's a function or not. When we're given points, this is the next one. So this is points right here. If we're given points, so this will be points or ordered pair, you can call it. So my next one's going to be ordered pair. You can write points. And so basically, if the x repeats, that's why I wrote a little x right there. If the x repeats, it's not a function. So how we tell something's a function, it's two different ways. If you draw a line through the graph and it hits it twice or more than once, it's not a function. Or if the x value repeats. So basically, if we look right here, we're looking at the x value, right, which is the first number. And so we see 3, 2, and -3. Do any of those x values repeat? No. So this is a function because none of the x values repeat for the domains. Now right here, when you're looking at the x values, see how the 3 repeats? So since the 3 repeats, it's not a function. So the x can't repeat. The y's, it really doesn't matter. They can repeat as much as they want. It's the x's that can't repeat. So we can domain and range for this one. What is the domain of these points right here? 3, 2, and -3. And then what was the range? 4 and -6. You only have to write it once, you can write it twice. See, the -6 can repeat. The y's can repeat as much as they want. It's the x's that can't repeat. So probably on multiple choice questions, they're going to try to trick you and have the y's repeat. But you know they don't even matter. We only have to look at the x's to see if it's a function or not. So what is the domain here?
3,
3 and 4. And the range?
4, 1, and -2.
The next one we're doing is a table. It's literally the same thing. You're just looking at it so it looks like a table. So if you want to write them as ordered pairs, you can. But right here, it's basically the same thing, but you're seeing if the x's repeat or not. So if you want to write these as ordered pairs, like -4, 3, 0, -2, you can, but you don't have to. So when we're looking at this table, remember, to see if it's a function, we only have to look at the x values. Do any of these x values repeat?
No.
No, so this is a function. Now, when we look at these x values, do they repeat?
Yes.
Yeah, this 8 and this 8 repeats, so it's not a function. So actually, all your Delta Math, there's 2 of them. One's a graph, and you're just saying, yes, it's literally multiple choice on Delta Math. Yes, it's a function. No, it's not a function. And then there's points, and you're saying yes or no. Shouldn't take more than like 2 minutes. So, what is the domain for this first one?
-4,
-4,
0,
0,
2,
2, and 5. And then my range, 3, -2, and 5. See how those -2's repeat? They don't matter. The only thing that matters is when I'm looking at if it's a function or not, is the x. My
So
range.
you don't look at the range, you just look at x.
Yeah, so only if they ask for the range, but if they're asking if it's a function, the only thing that matters is if you're looking at the x's. And so right here, you can see the range is 3, 1, 2, and -6. And the domain is 8, -4, and 0. And you can see that 8 repeats. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Last one is just mapping. It's basically the same thing again. Looks like this. And so you can see, if you want to write them as points, you may want to. And you can see, okay, this is 4, and 4 goes with -7. 3 goes with -7. -2 goes with -7. And 10 goes with 11. So in those points that are right here, do the domains repeat at all?
No.
No, so this is a function because the domains don't repeat.
But it's an x, right?
Which one?
I'm saying domain is x, right?
Yeah, domain is always x. And so we can look at these two, but remember, see how this x is going to 2 different y's? That would mean it's not a function. And so our domains are all these, your ranges are all these. Right here, we can see, okay, if I write these as points, it's 3, -1, 3, 2, and 4, -5. Because that 3 repeats, we know it's not a function. So if you're getting confused by mapping, I would make sure that you guys are writing them as points. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a few examples. I'm going to project some of these little cards that are around the room that you were doing on the paper yesterday. I want to just make sure you're good with it. And so I'm gonna start with a graph because we haven't really practiced the graph that much. So I'm gonna start with number.
Oh, we're supposed to glue.
Yeah, you're gonna glue that in, and then once you're done, you're gonna go to 10 on the sheet where it says 10, and we're gonna look at numbers 10 together. And we'll do that one. You can fill it in right on number 10. So flip it over. If you did the sheet from yesterday, it's the same sheet, just kind of faded, so you can still use it. Like this one. Remember you were talking around the cards. This is and so we're going to be working on A, B, and C for this one. So on the sheet right here, we're going to number 10. And so for A, they want to know what's the domain. B, they want to know what's the range. And C, they want to know if it's a function or not, so yes or no. So when we're looking at domain, are we looking at up and down or side to side? Yeah, you can use
Side.
side to side, right? And see how this has an arrow and it's going on this way forever and ever and ever?
Yeah.
What do we call that?
Negative infinity.
Negative infinity. So our domain would go from negative infinity to what's this over here? Positive infinity. So your domain you could just write like this. Negative infinity to infinity. We also know that it's known as all what? All real numbers. It includes everything in the book. So you can fill this in on A for number 10. The range, I know I'm looking up and down. So when I'm looking up and down, I know it's going down forever and ever and ever. So I know that's negative infinity. But my highest point is right here. And it touches it. What is this y value right here? 0, 0, 0, 4, right? Because it goes up 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 is the highest it goes, and it touches it. So I know it's going to be a bracket.
Well, why is it
Touches 4.
Because it touches it.
Yeah. Infinities, nothing ever actually reaches infinity. That's why it's a parentheses. Then right here, you can see it's going on forever, so it's negative infinity. And since nothing ever actually hits negative infinity, it would be a parentheses. So that's your range.
What's also touching?
They're not going to try to trick you with that usually. Brackets, the brackets mean it hits it. It's really like a filled-in circle, and I can show you one. Remember the filled-in circle, the open circle that falls on the line? And that's the only thing touching it. Then it would be a parentheses. And you'll be able to practice it on the domain and range. I'll show you an example. Then when I write this vertical line test, remember all you do is draw a line. So if I draw a line right here, beep, it only hits once. So if it only hits once, is it a function or not a function? It's a function. So my answer right here would just be yes. So you can just write that on number 10. On that. This is number 10. So on that sheet on the back, A is this, B is that, and C is, you're just writing yes or no. Let's do one more. We're going to do this one right here. So when we're looking at the domains, we're looking at side to side, right? You can write these as points, or I can just kind of scan the graph side to side, and I can see right here, I can see there's 2 on this x. What is this x? -1, -2, -3. So I see there's 2 on -3. You only have to write it once though, but you may want to see, write it down so you can tell it's wrong or not. I see there's 1 on 1, and there's 1 on 2, 3, 4.
That's the domain.
That's the domain. So you're looking side to side and seeing if any points fall on any of those
Well, I got a
x's.
question.
Mhm.
So you said P is one, so if you don't get one.
So as an answer choice, it would always look like this. But you may want to write this down for yourself so that you can see, okay, if the x repeats, you know it's not a function. The range, we would look up and down, so we would start at the lowest one, so we could see there's one here, which is -1, -2, -3, -4. Then there's one at -3. There's one at -2. And then there's one at 1 right here. That would be a range. Then, is that a function? No. Which one repeats that it's not a function? These two, right? So if the x repeats, we know it's not a function. So anywhere on the graph, if the x repeats, and you can scan it, and you see there's two things on one line, you know it's not a function. Okay, we'll do one more before I give you guys practice. You can either work, the delta math is pretty easy. So the delta math, I'll show you real quick, looks like this. And you could do it under, it's part of that midterm review. So right here, it's these two. So this one's just say if the graph is a function, it's literally multiple choice. So if I put a line through this, beep, beep, see how it hits twice? Is it a function? No. That's all the first one is. And it shows you. The next one, the other one is just sets a point. So what are you looking at to see if it's not a function? The x. So which one does the x repeat? A, right? See how these -7s repeat? I would know that's my answer. So those are your two that you're going to be doing for delta math. So if you want to borrow a computer, you can. When you're done with those two, you can do the activity where you're walking around the room and getting these done right here. And then I want also